Jai Hind all, and welcome you in consumer behavior and marketing communication sessions. Today we're going to start with unit number 2. So this is session 1 of unit number 2. Today we'll be talking about consumer behavior is influenced by different factors, and one of the factor that is the individual in an individual context, that is perception. So this is a model we already had discussed in detail how different factors impacting consumers behavior. Say it's an external factor, there are some psychological conditions, so motivation, perception, learning, personality and attitudes. And we today we'll be talking about in detail what perception is, what are marketers marketing implication of perception, what are different elements of perception. So this is today's topic. Let's start with the getting into this very context of consumer as individual and in a social context. So consumers behavior is influenced by many factors, including the cultural factors, the social factor, personal and some psychological factors. So culture, the subculture and the social class a consumer belongs to, these are what external to consumer. Social factors are again external to consumer. Then there are certain personal factors and psychological factors. So perception is a psychological factor that influence consumer or a buyer. So when we go technically, it's a process by which an individual selects, organizes and interprets stimuli into a meaningful and coherent picture of the world, like how we see the world around us. So, as I said, that when two individuals may be exposed to the same stimuli, but how each person recognize, select, organize, and interpret this stimuli is highly individual process. Based on each person's own needs, values, and expectations. So here you can see here picture I have put what we see as a classroom, what kids see as a classroom, what we see as a bed, a comfort, and how a kids see, how kids see a doctor and how we see a doctor, how kids see a uniform and how we see a uniform. So it individually, individuals process based, you know outcome, that what perception is. So consumer act and react on the basis of their perceptions, not on the basis of reality, right? So for each individual, reality is a totally personal phenomena based on what person needs, wants, values and personal experiences. Thus, to the marketeers, consumer perception are much more important than their knowledge of objective reality. Clear? So when I talk about consumer behavior, there are three major elements to understand this: exposure, attention and sensation. So exposure is the process of perception. The process of perception begins when the exposure to a stimuli. When an individual exposed to stimuli, here in a marketing context, this exposure occurs when individual come in contact with the environmental stimuli, either accidentally or through their own deliberate or goal directed behavior. Then, not all stimuli to which we are exposed, however, get noticed. So, here in marketing context, these stimuli are the product, brands, the packaging, the price stimuli, and consumer are exposed to so many stimuli in form of product, in form of packaging. Then attention again refers to the allocation of mental capacity to a stimulus or a task. After choosing whether or not to expose themselves to a message, consumer may momentarily pay attention to a specific aspect. Means consumer may expose to n number of stimuli, but to whom he want to give attention to depends entirely upon, because it is attention giving activity is a planned or many times a planned and many times involuntary and spontaneous. It also depends upon individual needs and individual interest. Then third element is sensation, which refers to the response of our responses, our responses to our sensory receptors. Sensory receptors here are the eyes, ear, nose, mouth, the skin to touch, to environmental stimuli and the transmission of this information to the brain via nervous system. So we as an individual receive certain stimuli to what we are exposed to through our sense organs, and this is then stored to the brain. This process represents the acquisition of raw sensory information received through the sense organs, a preliminary step in the processing of information. So our sense organs plays an important role. There is a reason why a Burst term that sensory marketing is there. Why? Because marketers are making use of all these sensory organs. So when we enter, taking an example of multi-sensual marketing, I have tried to make it very clear by putting this very picture. Like when you enter into a retail format, so a taste, a smell is there, a fragrance is there, a sound is there, a soothing music is there. Or when you enter into a food, food court, so a food smell is there. All these sensory inputs are being used to target the very sense organs of a consumer. Here is another example of a detool, and it is written whose hand are you holding, so giving you that sense of cleanliness. Because here in a public transportation, it is very unhygienic to hold anything while traveling. But Dettol giving you a sense of a safety, a security. So consumer perception is a marketing concept that tells us what consumers think about a brand or a company or its offering. So it can be positive or a negative feeling. Perception, inhibitions, predispositions, expectations, or experiences that a consumer has. So a marketing concept that encompasses a customer's impression, awareness, or consciousness about a company and its offerings. Right? Customer perception is typically affected by advertising, reviews, public relations, social media, personal experiences, and other channels. Now, coming to the a few elements of perception which are very important to understand for a marketer's point of view. Sensation, I have said, I has already said that sensation is when a human receives certain immediate and direct responses of your sense organs to the stimuli. This stimuli is any unit or input to any of the senses, like for example smell for a nose, right? In a marketing point of view, these could be the product packaging, the brand names, the advertisement, the commercials. And the sensory receptors are the human organs like eyes, ear, nose, mouth, and skin. So coming to these one by one. Sensation is immediate and direct response of sensory organs to stimuli. Then another concept, that is absolute threshold. This absolute threshold is the lowest level at which an individual can experience a sensation. Right? Then differential threshold is a minimum difference. So when I say absolute threshold, it is the lowest level at which an individual can detect or detect a sensation or experience a sensation. Like for example, two people riding together, right, may first spot the billboard at different times or maybe at different distances. Thus they appear to have a different absolute threshold, so every individual consumers may have a different threshold level where this absolute threshold, where the differential threshold is the minimum difference that can be detected between two similar stimuli. This is also known as just noticeable difference, that is J and D. Right? Though here are some examples when you see you know uh, some senses like sight. So threshold is a candle flame at 30 miles on a clear dark night can be visible to somebody and may not be visible to somebody else. Hearing, the tick of a watch 20 feet away in a quiet room. One drop of a perfume diffused throughout a three-room apartment. So this is what a absolute threshold, a noticeable change that can be detected by an individual. A teaspoon of sugar in 2 gallon of water, right? A bee's wing, falling on the cheek from 1 centimeter above. These are some example to understand, to make you understand how absolute threshold works individually, or it varies from individual to individual. Here I have quoted one example to make you understand how this J&D's implications for logos and packaging. For example, like Pepsi as a youth brand has made itself, contemporary and relevant to the times of bringing in appropriate changes in its logo, from time to time. But the basic element of the symbol changed only to minimally from one update to the next. The color being same, the background being same, the color combination being same, right? This is because to in order to maintain continuous consumer recognition, right? This is another example of, a hospitality company, a hotel accommodation is offering their price as regular price 400, and with a differential threshold they reduce the price as 499, and that is just noticeable difference for a night at the Waldorf Astoria, a hotel stay. Weber's law is, another aspect to make you understand what consumer perception is. The JND between two stimuli is not an absolute amount, but an amount relative to the intensity of the first stimulus. This is what Weber laws said. What Weber law says that, as it has come to be known, states that stronger the initial stimuli, right? The greater the additional intensity needed for the second stimuli to be perceived as different. Like for example, during, economic downturn, what happened? Consumer become very price sensitive, and they are likely to note even a small changes in a price. However, during such times, what companies feel? Companies feel a squeeze in their profit margin because people are doing, more with less. So for example, most leading brands of product categories like tea, detergent, shampoo, lotion, chocolates in India have been adjusting the weight of different stock keeping units, taking into consideration the price rise. This is to ensure that the, reduction in the respective weight of the stock keeping unit is not readily noticeable to the customer, but yes, the price is. So Weber law states that stronger the initial stimulus, the greater the additional intensity needed for the second stimulus to be perceived as different. Another concept is subliminal perception. Here, this means the stimulus that are too weak or too brief to be consciously noticeable or seen or heard may be strong enough to be perceived by one or more receptor cells. The classic example to quote for a subliminal perception is, the surrogate advertisements, or that where with the mutual funds or, investment companies are very in a very fast pace, with a very fast speed, they say like that investment in mutual fund is subject to market risk, right? So this is about stimulus as beneath the threshold or limit of conscious awareness, through obviously not beneath the absolute threshold of the receptors involved. The subliminal perception, where the effectiveness of so-called subliminal advertisement was reported first time, in drive-in movie theater in New Jersey in 1957. So there's another example to make you understand. This is an oldie but a goldie. Many don't see the subliminal message in Amazon's logo. The current logo has been in use since around 2000, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And why should it? The cute A to Z arrow and this grinning face works so well. So A to Z here means the everything from A to Z is available with Amazon. Right, now coming to the perceptual process, it found to be very interesting, as how your receptor, organs, the receptor, sensory receptors like eyes, ear, nose, mouth, and skin, receive some stimuli. Like through eye, you can see; through ear, one can, sense the sound, but nose through a smell through nose, a taste through mouth, and a feel of a texture through skin. So, when an individual is exposed to such stimuli through receptor sensory organs, right? An individual exposed to n number of stimuli, but he may give attention to few. And to what he give attention to, he or she, a consumer, interprets such information. So we receive external stimuli through our five sense organs, right? give attention to few, and this interpretation goes as per the past experience and many other factors that relate to, consumer perception. So this is how exposure, attention, interpretation, memory and knowledge, then a purchase behavior, and this post-purchase behavior as a consumption experience led to the addition of memory there somewhere in the mind of a consumer, and this knowledge is the consumer perception of brand and product benefit. This is what is shown on a perceptual map. So this is what the complete process of perception that you as a student need to understand. See students, this is perceptual input. So whatever to whatever stimuli an individual is exposed to, right? He or she receives this through receptor organs, and there is a sense of a sensation was felt, and that those sensations were stored somewhere in you in the black box of a consumer, and consumer do undergo a process, that is perceptual process, and under this perceptual process there are three major aspects: selecting, organizing and interpreting, and finally it will lead to a perceptual outputs in form of a perception framed by a consumer towards any object. This object could be a product, a brand, this could be a person too. So perceptual output in form of values, attitudes, behavioral outcomes. So coming to this very portions, perceptual process, we'll be discussing selecting, organizing and interpreting. There are certain principles to understand all these three things. So these are the major portion to be covered under this topic: selection, organization and interpretation. So when I say perceptual selection, this is conscious and unconscious screening of stimuli. So consumer selectively expose. This selective exposure occurs when consumer tune into messages, and this selection depends upon consumers past experience, consumers own motive and the nature of stimuli that we'll talk about. So nature of stimuli, when I say, it means the if for example if it's a product, so there are certain external factors like the size of the product or the intensity of the stimuli, to what intensity it is conveyed, repetition, status, contrast, like in a black background, if a text is impressed with a white text, so it is more intensified, it is more noticeable. Movement, uniqueness and familiarity, and the very nature of the stimuli. There are certain internal factors that is internal to the perceiver, that could be the learning, although interrelated with other internal factors. Learning may play the single biggest role in developing perceptual set. Learning is something that is stored in you know in consumer's brain as a memory, which can be recalled and retrieved as and when required. So perceptual set is basically what a person expects from a stimuli on the basis of his learning and experience relative to same or the similar stimuli. So coming to the selective perception concept, there is a Gestalt psychology which talks about selective exposure, selective attention, perceptual defense and perceptual blocking. So we will be talking about this one by one. Selective exposure means exposure on an information. The selective exposure occurs when consumers tune into messages that they find pleasant, or which with which they are sympathetic, or they actively avoid painful or threatening ones. So selective exposure, I may expose to n number of stimuli, but I may give attention to few, depends upon my interest. Then selective attention is noticing any relevant information, right? Like in the selective attention, consumer is heightened awareness of stimuli that meet their needs or interest, and minimal awareness of stimuli irrelevant to their needs. Then perceptual defense, retention, selective retention here means memorizing only important information. So information which is very recent is somewhere stored selectively in the consumer's memory. Information which is more important for a consumer, that stored in a very recent sequence in a customer's memory. Then selective distortion is individuals interpretation of information. This perceptual distortion is a phenomena by consumer where consumer try to avoid such information. So here are some example how consumer block messages from marketers. This is a research data from some marketing magazine. So what all consumer do to block the information, like change TV channels, use mute button, leave room or walk away, shut down or delete the pop-up ads when you are browsing through internet, switch radio stations, do something else, right? Turn it off, fast forward through ads, get food or drink, avoid the website, do household tasks, ignore it, or start reading something else. So these are some way of blocking the information by consumers. Now coming to the second part of this, that is principles of perceptual organization. So people do not experience the numerous stimuli they select from the environment as a separate and a discrete sensation. Rather, what consumer do, they tend to organize them into groups, right? Perceive them as unified wholes. Thus, the perceived characteristic you know of even the simplest stimuli are viewed as a function of the whole to which stimulus appears to belong. So, this method of perceptual organization simplifies the life. What consumer do? Consumer organize the same pattern or the information that seems similar to the consumer, they organize it. So there are certain principles to make you understand what perceptual organization is, how consumer organize the information he received from their it's different sense organs. So there are certain principles like figure and ground, where the definition of figure depends on the background. What is as a background, contrary to it, what is there in a figure. Grouping means information is organized into chunks. So again, there are certain principles that we talk about. And a closure means incomplete stimuli create a tension. So figure and ground can be understood by taking this very very illusion. If you consider, if I consider white as a background, so I can see a black vase here. But if I see a black background, so I can see here these two faces facing each other. So perception is about how we distinguish between a figure and its background. So what is figure for you and what is a background for you, right? A celebrity that is, for example, in a marketing context, if we talk about a celebrity that is popular, maybe the main figure or a part of a background, depending on the perception of the viewer. Now coming to the second point, that is grouping, right? This is what we're talking under the organization part. So based on Gestalt principles, consumer group items to make sense of them. So there are three main ways to group: similarity, proximity, and closure. Similarity means consumer tend to group things together that are similar. So marketers will use the same brand name to link different types of products together. Like for example, Cadbury uses the same brand name across a range of different product lines, even though there are different competitors in each product grouping. Proximity means items that appear the same are grouped together, right? This is what a proximity is. Cadbury can use the same brand name across different product lines because all lines are drawn together by a common ingredient, that is chocolate. So whatever made with the chocolate, they you know uh, combined it and put into a same group. So advertisers have to put advertisements together carefully to make sure the stimulus they want noted is seen in this very way. Then a closure, then closure occurs when we take information and link it to existing information that we already know. Like for example here, some advertisers want us to complete the sentence like fresh food people. So complete the sentence, or to answer a question like which bank is a syndicate bank or which bank to bank upon. Then another example to understand that soundtracks also create powerful imagery by setting a scene of the listeners. Like for example, sound of a thunder evoke a storm. So this is how consumers are relating by giving, small cues and help in developing the entire picture of, of an object, which object here means the product or the packaging, right? Then the last part of this perception, to understand this perception aspect, is the perceptual interpretation, which actually includes the how consumer interpret the information. This information can be, distorted, and many time it make consumer away from what reality is. So the preceding discussion has emphasized that perception is a personal phenomena. People exercise selectivity as to which stimuli they perceive, and they organize these stimuli on the basis of certain psychological principles. What we recently talked about, grouping, um, ground and a figure. So the interpretation of stimuli is also uniquely individual, because it is based on what individual expect to see in light of their previous experiences. The number of, explanation are there, and their motives and interests at the time of perception, right? So one way how consumer interpret the information is a physical appearance. Here means people do, what consumer do, people tend to attribute the quality they associate with certain types of people to others who resemble them, whether or not they consciously recognize a similarity or not. For this very reason, the selection of model for a print advertisement and for, television commercials can be a key element in their persuasiveness. So as said, that culturally attractive models are like to be more persuasive and have a more positive influence on a consumer attitude and behavior than an average looking model. This is what the physical appearance is. So many a times in a marketing application, you can see the product physical appearance often influence consumer judgment about product performance, whether product is good or product is not good, right? And that stereotypes, again, I'm giving you an example to make you understand this. A housewife provide a warmth. uh, she looks after the needs of the family members, and she is responsible for happiness within a family, and this is expected to be, you know judicious with her monthly budget, and at times is even expected to sacrifice her comfort and aspirations. And you can see here on a slide, I try to make you understand this through an old age ad, a very popular ad, which is a classical, a classic example to make marketing student understand. It's an advertisement of a surf, where a housewife is, considered to be a decision maker, a wise decision maker in buying a detergent that is surf. So this perhaps is a stereotype of an Indian housewife, that are prevalent in most part of the country, and such a stereotype has also been widely used by advertiser in India across product category. Ones that may still be fresh in the memory of, as I have put here in this is Surf Lalita ji's ad, you know, uh, Horlicks mother advertisement, where Horlicks showed a caring mother who was concerned about the nutritional value of the food consumed by her children. A Complan, again a competitive brand of Horlicks in a milk additive market, they slightly varied their stereotypical depiction by introducing a female dietitian advising a group of, concerned mother. Then you have, this first impression that many a times tend to be lasting, as illustrated by saying that you'll never have a second chance to make a first impression, right? So these are some ways how consumer, relate it with. Jumping to a conclusion, again, it's similar to the first impression, without seeing to the other part of the image. Consumer many times try to reach to a conclusion, like seeing a price of a product. Consumers, relate it with, or consumer perceive it like if it's, high priced, so it is of a good quality. If it's low price, it is, not that good in performing, or not good in performance, or degrading quality. Hello effect, that it refers to the overall evaluation of an object that is based on the evaluation of just one or a few dimension. So if I like to quote here an example, like consumer who admire, a car brand like Porsche cars will willing to spend a lot of money on the sunglasses and other accessories sold under the same brand name. So this is what the term refers to situation in which the evaluation of a single object or a person on a multitude of dimension is based on. So this is how consumer interpret. So what we all talked about, we talked about what perception is under the session. What are different aspect of perception, uh, what input processing and output is, and how consumers select, organize and interpret the stimuli and draw a concurrent picture about a brand or a product. So this is all about. Thank you very much.